Hey everybody, I'm Jen and this is my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are new, I am a rape crisis counselor, a CARC, a CRPA, and a Narcan trainer. If you look in my description box down below, you will find a link to my Patreon, my merchandise, and to my Amazon wish list. My Amazon wish list is a list that I use to help people in my local community who just need a little extra help, as we all do, during these crazy COVID times and just times in general. So I would greatly appreciate if you could take a gander at that and help a girl out. So I figured I would, give you guys an actual lighthearted story today. Because last time people were like, that was not lighthearted. It was funny, but not lighthearted. So I'm going to actually give you a lighthearted story today. As many of you know, if you've been following me for a while, I had my daughter Isabella in Bedford Hills Correctional Facility in 2011. So a couple weeks to a month after she was born, I realized that there was something wrong with her range of motion, and she wasn't using her head properly or wasn't able to do tummy time, all types of things like that. So I brought it up to the pediatrician who came into the jail to see the babies, and she was like, you're right. So she wrote for early intervention for Bella to go for therapy. So 2 to 3 times a week, Bella and I got to go out of the jail and go to the early intervention center in Westchester, New York. We had the same officers who took us every week, and they were amazing. They were just really cool, good-hearted people. Every time we would go, it would actually lead into me being gone for chow time in the afternoon. And I mean, prison food is horrible to begin with. Cold prison food, bleh. Like your dog wouldn't even want to eat it. It's bad. So they were super cool, and they would stop. They used to stop at this one Jamaican place, and that was my favorite. They used to get me a beef patty, and then they would get me coconut water. It was so yummy. And we would just sit in the parking lot. They never cuffed and shackled me on the way back. They were just really good people. They really treated me like a human being. So, as always, since they treated me like a human, I acted like one. Those two factors kind of hand in hand. So I would love that. They would stop. We would get pizza sometimes. Sometimes it was just like a quickie, and sometimes we wouldn't have time. Sometimes it'd be if it had to be quick, it would be like McDonald's. Other times, we wouldn't have time to stop, and I totally understood, and I was just grateful. Whatever. On those days, they would give me a piece of gum, because you're not allowed to have gum in prison, because you could use it to put in someone's hair, clog up holes, whatever. I don't even know what they think you could do with gum, but you weren't allowed to have it. So they would give me a piece of gum. Now, also, if you have been following me, I dated a corrections officer. So that did not happen until after my release. Probably 3 to 4 months after my release, actually. Well, the same officer, he would try and work the nursery unit every now and again, I guess, to hang out with me. I don't know. I was kind of very unreceptive to his advances while I was incarcerated, because I just didn't really think, I don't know what I thought. I didn't think anything, actually. So every now and again, I would lock into my room, I would go into my cell, my room. It was really like a room. It really wasn't a cell. And I would close the door to get changed or whatever. And I'd be like, wow, why do I smell food? Why do I smell food? So I would start looking around, did someone leave me a plate of food? Maybe one of the girls cooked and they left me food. Who knows what's up? And I would find a bag of Taco Bell underneath my pillow. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna eat this. Other times it would be so we have a strict package list of what we are allowed to have and what we're not allowed to have. And one of the things we're not allowed to have is whitening toothpaste. So we're not supposed to have whitening toothpaste. All of a sudden, I remember one day, I had this big, the big box, the big tube, the large tube of whitening toothpaste. And I was like, oh shit, I'm going to have some white teeth in prison. So I remember after that, a couple of days later, I kind of had an idea of where it was coming from, but I wasn't 100% sure. And I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and one of the girls was like, let me get some. Like, where'd you get that? And I was like, oh, package? Came in a package. She goes, I'm sure it came in a package. And I'm like, no, for real, it came in a package. And she was like, it came in someone's package, that's for sure. She was like, but that is not allowed. You are not allowed to get that in. And I said, oh, it must have been a mistake. Must have been a new person in the package room, like a new officer, and they let me have it. It did not even coming through the package room. And she was not naive. She was not having it, but I was sticking with it, and that was it. And she was like, okay, girl. She was like, let me just get some. And I was like, all right, I got you. You can have some. I want nice teeth too. I get it. So, let me think, what else? All of a sudden one day I had mentioned in front of said officer, oh my goodness, I'm not going to make it to the next commissary shop. I have like no cigarettes. 2 packs Newport 100s under my pillow the next day. Like, it was crazy, the stuff that I used to get. I don't think it's unfortunate. I say unfortunately. Yeah, like unfortunately for the girls, I don't think it's like that anymore. I think everybody's so scared with how strict rules are getting because, you know, the rules have gotten so strict. Nobody brings anything in because everybody tells on everybody. As soon as one girl gets in trouble and knows another girl is getting something or thinks she's getting something or saw officers smile at her, even if it was just out of politeness, and they get in trouble and they're facing lock, right away they snitch people out. It's just the same as the streets. As soon as somebody thinks they have some heat on them, they're right away trying to throw the shade to the next person. Like, nobody takes what they've earned on the chin anymore. Everybody just wants to throw everybody under the bus. Like, oh, sorry. God forbid I go to lock for a few days. I guess it's just the way of the world these days. I just thought you guys would find it interesting to hear about how I lived so I did 18 months from the time I got violated, incarcerated, had my baby, went home. Altogether, it was 18 months. I did an 18-month violation. First and only violation I've ever had in my life. And I just thought you guys might find it interesting to find out how petty it is and how hard and how grateful you are when you get the silliest little things like whitening toothpaste. It just goes to show you don't ever take anything for granted. Ever. Ever. I just thought you might find it interesting to hear this little story. And yeah, I'm sure you guys noticed my sponsorship today, and I'm super grateful for it and really appreciative. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.